Hello and welcome. Good evening, traders. Hey, it is February 11th. I wanted to come to you live after a market close today. Market was pretty much just flat on the session today. We were up, had a really good day in our account. I think largely due to our diversification of strategies and some underlying stocks, as well as sticking to our plan. That being said, let's jump in and I want to share some trades and some ideas that I'm seeing out there that maybe don't make me so warm and fuzzy about things that are going on. So before you start to watch, whether it's me or anybody else, doesn't really matter. Don't copy what we do. Take some ideas, run them through your plan, come up with your own ideas because I'm seeing some people suggesting buying some leaps in stocks and poor man's covered calls and wheels on some things that don't look really good out there. I'm not going to get into it with everybody, but you've really got to make sure that stuff fits your plan and really do some research. Just because the market's going up doesn't mean it goes up forever and doesn't mean every stock's a good buy right now. I want you to at least be smart, look around out there and understand what you see. All right, that being said, let's look at our accounts. All right, here we are today. We finished with 429 on our delta, which is 0.09. So we are very, very delta neutral in our account. 1664 here on theta, which is 0.35, which is still not bad. About zero point 0.4 is what we like to see on our theta. We rose today to 471, 458. So that's a really good spot to be. We've had a nice month, though we're up almost 11,000 bucks for the month on net lick so far, and we've generated over $5,300 worth of realized gains. Our BP has dropped as well, down to 44%. So that being said, we're in good shape. I love where we are. Very delta neutral. Great buying power. Net lick is increasing. Okay, I'm happy with exactly where this account is. Let's get into some trade ideas with you. So let's keep moving along quickly here with you. And let's take a look at the E-minis out there. So excuse my voice, it's a little raspy here, but let's take a look at the E-minis here. So overall in a day, up $4.50, kind of a nothing day, a bit of a doji pattern today. We're still in this bearish rising wedge, which does make me a little cautious. Here, the 8 and 21 are almost dead even. We are still above the 50 exponential moving average. That being said, get a bullish PSR, you get RSI above 50, you're above the 21. The 8 and the 21 are pretty much the same. So we're bullish, and we pan out to the weekly charts. Okay, we're definitely bullish out here. Same wedge pattern, but 21 or 8 above the 21, above the 50. Things are rising. We're all good here. Okay, but we are flattening out a bit on this thing, so I still would be cautious. Okay, it's still bullish. I think it makes sense. I'm watching some of these fib levels for pullbacks. We pulled back the other day right to the 50 fib, which was also a support level. Okay, that's a pretty key level to watch in here. So bullish, but man, I'm cautious. We're struggling with this market right now, and it's a bit of a triangle pattern too. So a bearish rising wedge, a bit of a triangle pattern. I don't know. Well, let's see. I don't want to poo-poo everything, but just keep an eye on what things look like. And then on oil still looks good. We have tensions in the Middle East until this Iran conflict gets resolved out there, and one way or the other. Either we're going to go to war or we're going to call it quits out there and turn all of our ships around. Don't know. Things don't look good. We're staying elevated here on oil prices, and even though volatility is backed off, oil volatility is still pretty high up there. All right, gold looks still really good. Had that nice pullback, gave us a chance to get in. I closed another gold trade for a winner today at about 90%. And then bonds, starting to make this move higher here, but we're in a nice strangle. That strangle is up nicely today on this little bit of a pullback. We're up 45% in 29 days. So that thing could come off overnight or by tomorrow or the next day. So we'll see what happens, but we're in good shape on our bond strangle. So again, I'm sticking to my core trades of ES, mostly 112s, at the money 112s. Oil, mostly 112s, some jade lizards. Gold, 112s. Bonds, strangles. Hey, trade what you see and don't force that trade into everything that's out there. So hopefully that makes sense to. All right, let's keep moving on here. Uh, what I want to take a look at is some of these charts on the what I call the lag 7 right now, but not the mag 7. Okay. Hard for the markets to do much of anything when five of the seven, major stocks are barely able to get anything going. Okay. So Amazon down, Meta down, Google down, Microsoft down. It's hard to do anything when those are down. Tesla was down most of the day, rallied towards the end, and really only Apple and Nvidia are holding up there, and Nvidia is holding up the market, in my opinion. It's doing all of the heavy lifting because the rest of the Mag 7 looks horrific. But take a look at some of these charts, and I don't know if it looks better on the weekly or the daily. Let's take a look at the weeklies a little bit. Right? I don't want to get too crazy here, but this looks a bit like a head and shoulders pattern to me. So you've got in fact, we'll draw all over my stuff here. Um, okay. But if you've got shoulder, head, shoulder, neckline, okay, a bit of a head and shoulders pattern there. Let's look at NVIDIA. Left, head, right, hasn't broken, okay, yet, but again, doesn't look great, okay, but it hasn't broken it yet, like Amazon has done here. It started to break down already. Let's look at Tesla. Really don't see the head and shoulders pattern here. You might have a shoulder and a head, but that's it so far. If we take a look at Meta, shoulder, head, shoulder, neckline in here, somewhere along these lines. Doesn't look great. We're not at the neckline yet, so it's hanging in there. Apple looks good. There's not really an issue with Apple right now. If we look at Google, it looks okay. Nothing there right now. I don't know what Microsoft looks like. This is a giant cup and handle for the most part. So giant cup. If we get a little bit of sideways action, this thing could be on its way down even further. So Microsoft not looking so great. Palantir, left, head, right, neckline right at this support that I had, breaking that support. Doesn't look great on Palantir. Hood, left, head, right, neckline, breaking the neckline, doesn't look good. Okay. Broadcom, not quite as bad, but left, head, I don't know about right. It has not broken the neckline, so it's holding up okay here. SoFi, not really much of a head and shoulders, kind of just a giant mess. But it had this descending triangle and it broke to the downside. Here, Netflix is already on its way to nowhere land. Boeing holding up very, very well here, but I'm really talking about these major stocks up here. Those just don't look good. If we look at AMD, it's just a mess. There's a gap to fill. It doesn't look great either, right? So there's just a lot of stuff that I really don't like out there. So again, not to be an alarmist or anything, I'm just pointing out some charts. A lot of the big tech names look awful, which is why tech is, rotating a bit now into energy. I mean, the energy stocks look unbelievable. So another big game. I mean, this is a weekly chart, not a daily chart, but this is a weekly chart. This thing looks like a Palantir or something. So energy stocks looking fantastic right now. Utility stocks looking pretty good. Industrials looking really good. So you've got some sectors out there that are really showcasing some good looking stuff out there as a whole. Crypto, this thing just can't seem to get anything going. But again, left, head, right, neckline, breaking. Okay, not a great looking chart here for crypto. Let's see if the 618 and the 200-day can hold their ground down here as well for crypto. Again, these are weekly charts, okay, not the daily charts. Now, daily charts, they may not look quite, the same on some of these. And then you've got stuff like this, okay? So you've got hymns, okay, getting the absolute snot beat out of it way down here. Is this a great spot to get in? I don't know. I'm not good at catching falling knives, nor do I like them. You have a tendency to get stabbed. Okay, so let's see what happens on Hims. Maybe it's the greatest buy of all time at 16 here. I don't know. Serious problems on Hims right now. I've got some friends in Ondas as well. I'm not in it. It doesn't look bad. Doesn't look great either, but maybe this is a nice, wave two pullback, and then we're going to head into something else. Or maybe this is actually the wave four pullback, and we've got a nice wave to go. So we'll see what happens on ONS as well. Oscar, yeah, I don't know, man. This thing makes me nervous. I don't like what happened here was when we look at earnings, ooh, well, I'm still drawing, so about that. Let's get back to other things. Okay. Uh, so when we look at earnings, I mean, they didn't come close. And then they essentially came out with a crazy upside forecast for this year. I don't know how they're going to get there. Okay. How are you going to turn this company around? Did you take all of these charges? I don't know. They've got a crazy forecast and people are buying it on a forecast. You're not buying it on real numbers, you're buying it on a forecast. That doesn't make sense to me. Okay, you're gonna have to show me something before I can jump into it. And then UNH here, you know, I'm still liking this company a lot. I mean, they've done a lot of things here to get themselves into trouble. You got the Trump tweet that sent this thing down. You got the earnings that didn't help them as well. Not great guidance. I still like it. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I something wrong in my head on this one. Okay, I also like Shop down here. Looks like it's a little bit overdone on Shop. SoFi, maybe it's a little bit overdone, but it's got that that Head and Shoulders look to it. But this thing is a real mess. Okay, so I put on some puts down here around 17. We'll see if we can get filled on some of those. I like Broadcom, even though it has that Head and Shoulders pattern that we were talking about here. It hasn't broken completely, and it's breaking this trend. It might be hanging in there. And now, is Hood a buy down here? And I don't know. Everybody says, oh, so it's still tied to Bitcoin. Well, it's tied to Bitcoin a little bit, but they had great earnings. Isn't this the same company that was up here? I mean, yeah, Bitcoin's down, but these guys are doing so many great things. So I think Hood and SoFi are like the same type of company. So maybe there's some bright lights in there overall uh, to see out there. I think you got to be cautious in here. A lot of these Head and Shoulders patterns, I'm seeing them in my dreams. I'm seeing them in my nightmares out there. I don't want to be the pessimist. I'm really a bull at heart here, but I think you got to be cautious and you got to be smart, and you just can't just jump in and start buying things on this first pullback. And you can't just buy stuff that just tanked like SoFi and Hood and Palantir right now. Okay, those are falling knives. I think you got to just let them breathe a little bit, like a fine wine. Okay, let that thing breathe because right now, okay, or let it mature a little bit. Okay, because you don't want to uncork that bottle before it's time because it's going to taste terrible for you. So let it mature, let it consolidate, find the bottom. Okay, be smart, but trade your plan, not my plan, not anybody else's plan. Be smart, be safe, and we'll catch you guys later. Bye bye.